Good afternoon. My name is Vedashree and I'm going to talk about infrared spectrophotometry. So let's start with the principle. So infrared spectrophotometry deals with the infrared region of the electromagnetic spectrum. That is light having a lower wavelength and a lower frequency than visible light. So infrared spectrophotometry, which is also referred to as infrared spectroscopy, is one of the most useful techniques for structural and functional group analysis, and it has been widely used since its inception to identify unknown substances. So basically, infrared light is used to identify unknown substances. Infrared spectroscopy generally refers to the analysis of the interaction of a molecule with infrared light. The IR spectroscopy concept can generally be analyzed in three ways, which is by measuring reflection, emission, and absorption. So, what is IR spectrophotometry? IR spectroscopy or IR spectrophotometry detects frequencies of IR that are absorbed by a molecule. So molecules tend to absorb these specific frequencies of light since they correspond to the frequency of the vibration of the bonds in the molecule. Now the energy required to excite these bonds belonging to a molecule and to make them vibrate with more amplitude occurs in the infrared region. A bond will only interact with the electromagnetic infrared radiation only if it is polar. Now there's a presence of separate areas of partial positive and negative charge in a molecule, which allows the electric field component of the electromagnetic wave to excite the vibrational energy of the molecule. Thus, there's a change in the vibrational energy observed, which leads to a change in the dipole moment of that given molecule. And the intensity of the absorption depends on the polarity of the bond. One thing to note that is the symmetrical non-polar bonds do not absorb radiation as they cannot interact with an electric field. Now, samples in infrared spectroscopy. The samples used in IR spectroscopy can either be solid, liquid, or gaseous. Now, solid samples can be prepared by crushing the sample with a mulling agent which has an oily texture. So basically, a mulling agent is something which is used to mix the sample properly and form a proper texture as it is oily and form a paste basically. So a thin layer of this mule can now be applied on a salt plate to be measured. Liquid samples are generally kept between two salt plates and measured since the plates are transparent to the IR light, and salt plates can be made up of either sodium chloride, calcium chloride, or even potassium bromide. Now, since the concentration of the gaseous samples can be in parts per million, the sample cell must have a relatively long path length. That is, the light must travel for a relatively long distance in the sample cell. Instrumentation for infrared spectrophotometry. Now, the infrared spectrophotometer measures the relative amount of energy as a function of wavelength or frequency of the infrared radiation when it passes through a sample. So basically, the wavelength or the frequency of the infrared radiation is measured when it is passed down from the sample. And there are two types. So dispersive infrared spectrophotometer, DS, and a Fourier transform infrared spectrophotometer, which is FTIS. So this is a setup of infrared spectrophotometer. So a light beam, as you can see here, a light beam is passed down from the IR source, which is split into two, and then it is passed through the reference and the sample respectively. This forms a monogrammatic system. And then it is passed down through the splitter. So this splitter basically splits the light and it reaches till the detector, which detects the light, and finally the required reading is printed out after the processor, which you can see ahead, deciphers the data passed through the detector. Now, as you can see here, this is a graph. Now, the IR spectroscopy involves the collection of absorption information and its analysis in the form of a spectrum. A graph is plotted with infrared light absorbed on the y-axis and the frequency or wavelength on the x-axis, where you can see 4000, 3000 is the frequency of the infrared radiation. Now let's go to the advantages. You can obtain both qualitative, the structure, functional groups present, and the quantitative amount of substances in the sample. the data of those, and samples in a variety of states can be investigated. So this includes liquid, gas, films, surfaces, paste, powders, solutions, etc. The IR spectrophotometry is a non-destructive method of analysis, that is, the sample remains intact. The disadvantages: the IR spectrophotometry does not give information on molecular mass or the relative position of different functional groups. So a single IR absorption spectrum on an unknown substance cannot verify if the substance is pure or a mixture of different compounds. Now, the materials such as plastic and glass absorb IR and therefore cannot be used in an IR spectrophotometer. Thank you.